So, Anu ma'am and Alamelu ma'am, we are going on live on YouTube also. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Looks like there is a lot of interest in this topic and quite a few have
Yeah,
logged in. Yeah, good. How many are joining us today? YouTube put together?
1,500 is unexpected, ma'am. We have got registration more than 2,500.
3,062 is the registration. And
Mm-hmm.
wherever possible, faculty members, if you can put your ID in a smart classroom and have more people joining together, that will be a great idea. Okay.
I mean, he's a lively and speaker to have as our first.
Yeah. High energy bomb, dynamite.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Had to go for some phone call came, so I had to leave the meeting.
Okay, madam. Good afternoon, Susan, ma'am. Good afternoon to all the faculty members and the students. Kindly rename your Zoom display name. As we could see, many of the MAMSET and KIT students already renamed properly. So requesting others to follow the same. Our session will start in under 10 minutes. So please hold on until that. And ma'am, looks like Susan ma'am also joined from MAMSET.
Yeah, I have joined in. Do you hear too many Wait.
Just reduce the volume in the other device, ma'am. It will work.
Okay. Can you hear?
Yes, Salma, you're audible.
Yeah. I'm just having I have two IDs, as you can see. One is Ramanujam and the other one is PALS. I make both of
Yes,
them
yes.
go if possible. Just in case I am having two IDs, in case just now I got kicked out of the meeting. So
Oh,
if we
oh,
have any videos with us, you can probably play about PALS or something. It will. That will
120,
also be nice.
ma'am. And
120, 10 minutes.
yeah.
That instead of seeing our faces. Because it's being live streamed, I think will help if you can have some video also. From your
Susan, ma'am, I have unmuted you, ma'am. You can unmute
Hello,
and
Madam Susan. This is
Hi.
Alamelu. How are you?
Hello, fine, madam. Fine, madam. How are you, madam?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Nice to meet you all after quite some time.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome. And there is a large number of students and faculty waiting to hear Mr. Maluk
Yes,
today.
madam.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, I mean, we are very happy because we know that it will be highly motivational, technology oriented, but still very, very practical and interesting. So the students, quite a few new colleges have joined PALS this year. We have
Okay.
a large presence in Kerala and Karnataka also, apart from
Okay.
Andhra and Telangana. So
Okay, madam.
those people have also joined. You may not be able to see; they are all in YouTube also. Since we
Okay.
couldn't accommodate most of them on this one, we have used YouTube viewing also possible for this.
Okay. Okay. Sure, madam.
Yeah. So how are things at your end? How is Trichy? Is it very hot or
No,
comfortable?
madam. There's 2 days. It's somewhat okay, madam. Some
Okay,
drizzling.
good.
Not very raining, just drizzling.
Okay, yeah.
Lavana, the other thing, the video is not getting on. I would like to have the video from the laptop.
Can you
So
check, ma'am, once? Can you check?
yeah.
I did for both the devices.
Yeah. I'll use audio from the other one and video from.
Fine.
Hello, ma'am. How is your AI doing, Susan, ma'am?
Hello, madam.
You were talking about AI during our review meeting. You were talking about AI being used in your
Yes, madam. Yes,
day
yes,
to day.
yes. Yes.
It simplified a lot.
All our faculty members are enjoying using the AI tools.
Okay. Grok or
That
which
is the
one is it?
expectation. That is the expectation. Outcome we expect from the faculty members. Just not 1 day or 2 days program. At the end of the program, they have to practice all the things. No.
Yeah, we don't have semester exams. So we have to use for day-to-day activities only. Otherwise,
Yes.
if we are students, we learn only for the semester and then forget it.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
here it is all productivity enhancement. So you
Mm.
have to be using it straight away.
Yes, madam.
KIT, I find a few people. KIT. Darwin. Please request your friends to join in quickly. We may start a bit by 1:45 or so because we wanted to do the checking and all that, whether it is able to, you're able to share your screen and all those audio, video and all that. But we've got an overwhelming response of quite some number, 3062 or something like that. So 1000 our Zoom will
Capacity.
Can you hear Lavna?
Anima?
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Checking because I had a call right now. So
You are audible. You are audible.
mhm. If you had been part of it, and there is one read me which is sitting here, which I would like to.
Yeah, Realme. Kindly rename your display name. Realme, read me, all that.
Darshini.
Hey, Realme, Readme எல்லாம் வந்து it is not to be renamed. They have to be sent out. Otherwise, all
Send
of
it
us
out.
will get
AI
one.
tool is there, ma'am. This is a
Yeah.
person, somebody having a Realme as a name itself.
Okay, then okay. So if it is an AI tool, please
We are
don't have it
rejecting,
because
denying,
we will be
denying.
loaded with so many replies from those AI tools.
Yes, yes.
It will start talking to everybody. Dr. S. Suresh, you are also from KIT. Are they can unmute themselves, Lavana, at this point?
No, ma'am, no. Restricted. Only in the Q&A I'm just opening.
GRT has joined. Jay Chandran.
Maluk sir is joined. We can formally start.
Now it's 28. Yeah,
Yes.
30 will start. Let's check whether he's in. 145 I said actually. 1:30 to 1:45 is checking time. But then once you told me so many people have registered, I thought we should join a little early. Somebody can check with RKR if he can join quickly.
He will join, ma'am. He said he will join sometime.
No, he will join, but he should get a slot if it is. I don't want him to be thrown out at.
Yeah.
No, yes.
Time before, I just spoke to him.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and warm welcome. Faculty and students, kindly rename your Zoom display name. You can check some of our colleges already did the proper renaming. So requesting all the students and the faculty members to rename your display name. SKK sir, good afternoon sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Abhijona Garu, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ravi Jona and SKK. This is Alamelu.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hi, Devika. Nice to see you.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
Where did Maluk go?
Shall I call to Lalita, ma'am?
See if it is disappeared or somewhere else.
He's there in the call. Not sure whether Sat joined.
Let him call. Why don't you make it a central thing, or you can pin it, right?
As soon as he opened his video, that can be possible.
Oh. So,
Devika, just check with Lalita.
so very
Okay.
happy to have SKK
Yes, ma'am. I'm
available.
calling her.
Who?
Yeah. SKK, Ravijona Garu.
Ravijona. And now if you can rename your name with the PALS prefix, then we'll be able to quickly identify who are all available. All of you can actually rename your display name with the prefix of your institution as well. Some of you have done some of Asin, Ashwini, Asmita, and quite a few GRTIT, Lijo Paul, Abhinaya. If you can prefix the college name onto your thing, it will be good.
Anumama, do you want to wait for Maluk, sir, for 5 more minutes?
Yeah, please let him come. Yeah. I said 1:45.
Okay. Looks like Maluk, sir, will join in another 2 minutes.
So I had already joined. I'm already there.
Nice, sir.
I'm
Warm
listening to you
welcome,
all.
sir. Warm welcome,
Video
sir.
on, Manikonga.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Warm
Good
welcome, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Almelu was waiting to see you and say
Yeah,
hi.
I did talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, my previous phone call which I went for was only to talk to Dr. Maluk. Okay.
So
Welcome,
I think-
Maluk. Nice to have you as the
Pleasure
person.
to be because it's our PALS, right? I'm part of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah, he
you.
is very much part of PALS. Yeah.
Exactly.
The PAL of PALS. Yeah.
Thank you for the kind words. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
We will-
ma'am, I think
Number-
now we can go ahead, ma'am.
We'll start. What's the number 300? Okay. We'll start.
Devika,
We
please
have
record.
over 3. Yeah.
So let me take it up, Anuma. Good
Please
afternoon
go ahead.
and warm welcome to everyone joining us for today's special Theory to Practice lecture on bridging engineering and medical innovation. This is Lavna from the PALS Program Management Office, and I will be the host for this session. And before we begin, I would like to mention very few basic code of conduct to be maintained throughout the session. First, to start with, for easy identification, requesting all the participants to kindly rename your Zoom display name as college short name hyphen your name. Participants will stay muted and allowed to unmute only during the Q&A segment. Chat box usage will be restricted. You can message the host or the co-host. We will enable it only on need basis. The attendance link will be shared in the chat box. Please ensure you mark your attendance. And during the session, if you have questions to be asked to the speaker, please write to askpalspmo@gmail.com, which I will post in the chat box also. This mail will be monitored throughout the session. Ensure to write your name and college short name along with the question. The other way to ask a question is to use the hand raise option to interact with the speaker. And participants, you're requested to register in Slido at the beginning of the session. Link will be posted in the chat box. If your name is correctly formatted in Zoom and you actively participate, it will help highlight your colleagues to others as well as. We encourage you to actively participate and make this session as engaging as possible. Kindly stay until the end of the session and share your valuable feedback. To commence the program, I now invite Ms. Anuradha, PALS champion, to set the context and introduce our esteemed speaker, Dr. Maluk. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so very happy to make a start with a fiery person like Dr. Maluk. He's a pal of pals, and he was the first to open our account when we wanted to open account in non-Chennai. He was the first to join us. He's not only the alumnus of our own fraternity, IIT fraternity, he also is a co-founder. Give me a minute, quickly. He is also not just a go-getter from what I know him, but he can create new stuff. He's an innovator by birth, I should say. Maluk is a co-founder and vice president research and CEO of Twin Health. How many of you have heard of Twin? Just go back and look at your LinkedIn. I want you to do a detailed search on this particular thing, TWIN. It is not only technical, but also very much having a big social impact. With a focus on healthcare technology and strategic decision making. He has played a key role in expanding Twin Health's global footprint. Like, he's not just our own Tamil Nadu guy, but also for the entire world. Before Twin Health, he was a serious educator. Maluk transformed the higher education sector in Tamil Nadu, India, by founding MAM College of Engineering in 1999, who are also our proud partners. As you can see, MAM set all over this gallery, which has grown into a group of 11 institutions with 13,000 students. He has been the chairman of MAM Group of Institutions since February 1999, and Maluk holds a PhD in distributed mobile computing from IIT Madras and a master's in computer science from REC, the erstwhile REC, and now it is NIT. And he holds 5 patents in health tech and has published over 300 research papers. He has also guided over 15 PhD scholars. So he's a thoroughbred academician, a researcher, and also a founder of a very major enterprise which is creating waves in the healthcare sector today. I'm so happy to welcome Dr. Maluk to talk on bridging engineering and medical innovation. Dr. Maluk, your floor.
Thanks, Dr. Anuradha, and thanks to the entire PALS team. And this is special for me for multiple reasons. Number one, PALS is as Anuradha said, PALS is, I'm part of PALS, right? I'm part of PALS. I had really attended a couple of meetings to talk about what is that we could benefit, right? And a fantastic platform for institutions to get benefited. And my humble submission based on the biggest experience what I had, both in the education and the industries, institutions should start looking at helping people to get placed. If someone says that can PALS give me placement and I'm going to join PALS, this is not the floor for you. Please go off. I know you people are in the PALS and you know the importance of it, right? So PALS is for creating a platform for the faculty and the students to be empowered, to be hunted by people for job. If it is rightly used, this is an excellent platform for it, right? And a lot of like-minded people had come to the alumnus. They wanted to give back to the society. Please understand, Anuradha or Alamelu or all these people are not paid by anyone. They are spending their money, right? It's just not money. They are spending their money and time for contributing back to the society, right? No organization does it. They do collect the annual membership because there's a process involved. There are a lot of things to be done, right? And fantastic platform for people to get benefit in a big way. And this should scale up, and it can scale up only when people are able to understand the importance of it. I'm not doing a marketing call for PALS. PALS doesn't require to, right? And that's the reality, number one. Number two, engineering college is my own community, right? I own institution. I was the one who started MEM in the year 99. And it is just not being a chairman. I was sitting as a faculty there, heading institutions as a director. And I know the importance of what engineering education is all about, right? And I come from a tier 2 city. And what are the challenges that we all face? I know completely in and out of it, right? So it's a blend of these two, right? And God was so kind enough, had an opportunity to build this revolutionary company. Team, I'm so proud to share that I'm not trying to beat the trumpet of my own. The reason why I'm trying to tell this is there's a specific reason for it, right? Team, we are a unicorn already. We are raised so far 310 million so far, right? $300 million we have raised, and we are rated as the fastest growing company in the world, right? You name any top company in the world, Blackstone, Berkshire, Geico, Anthem, Walmart, Kaiser Permanente, all of these people had partnered with us. It talks about the credibility of whom we are. And the who is who of the globe, top profile people, top CEOs, high profile people had invested their personal in my company, looking at the credibility of the product, what we are doing, right? And that's from a community who comes from your own community, right? And very proud to share that we had invented a technology, first of its kind in the world, to remission chronic metabolic diseases by solving the root cause of the problem, which is the dysfunctional metabolism. I'm not a medical guy. I'm a hardcore engineer by profession. Did my undergraduate in electronics and communication engineering in Bharat University, masters from REC Trichy in computer science department, PhD from IIT Madras from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in the area of mobile computing, right? And the message here is that the title clearly talks about how can we engineers bridge. It's just not engineers bridging engineering and medical. You name anything for that matter. Agriculture or pharma industry, anything for that matter. Engineers are the only person who could do it, right? And yes, it's revolutionary, right? So now let me walk through. I'll take it slow, a bit slow. I would love to talk certain fundamentals, right? So you heard me saying that I'm an alumnus of doctorate, and I was able to complete in 3.5 years with around 16 publications to my credit, thesis recognized in a very big way, right? And I was the topper in my master degree courses. Undergraduate also, I was a topper. I was a university rank holder. I scored around 89% in my 12th standard. 89% seems to be a good percentage during those days, not like now, right? And please understand, no one can guess my 10th standard mark, right? I did from one of the top school in Trichy, right? And I was a total fail. Someone is raising their hand. Please go ahead. I would love to hear that person saying, guessing my 10th standard mark. Someone raised, please, if I don't mind you answering. You could unmute and answer.
I think it's came by error, I think, sir.
Oh, God.
But we should continue.
Yeah. So my 10th standard mark was 237 out of 500. Not even 50%. 35 marks in English. If I am not wrong, they might have given minimum pass. I might have scored less than that. They might have given that extra mark bonus that they will call, right? They'll extra mark to pass you, right? And the next top score was 58 in science. Do you know why? 20 out of 20 they'll give in internals, right? And so the reason I'm trying to tell is marks never define a person. Marks never define a person. Marks is something to evaluate a person in a larger population where we are not able to evaluate a person. It becomes something which is essential, right? What is the most fundamental that is required is knowledge. Knowledge can help you to acquire marks, right? And I owe my growth completely to the school where I scored the lowest mark in my life. Do you know why? They taught me the fundamentals. They did not teach me to mug up and go write the examination. Right? And next to my school, I bow my heads and I completely owe my growth to my parents, my father and mother. Right? They were not from big family. My father was an ex-BHL employee of Trichy, and he started his career as a fitter in Trichy. Right? He did not have a big education. Right? But today, what happens is many students keep telling, right? Hey, my father is an auto driver. They feel ashamed to tell that. And we don't come from a family which is trying to motivate her. My mother has not got any education more than a fundamental school education. But what did they do? They ensured to give me the right education. Right? They put me in the right school. Right? My dad, whenever I come back, after the examination is over, he'll ask me what is my mark. I might have scored the top mark in my undergraduate program. He'll ask, what happened to the 10th mark? Right? It is of the expectation that they set on you all. Right? And the fundamentalist team, the reason why I was able to be successful is, I don't know whether I'm successful, long way to go. Honestly speaking, literally a wrong way to go. I'm in the mid of my bigger career. And so what took me there was the fundamentals. Right? The fundamentals are, basic is, be disciplined, be punctual, be obedient, be truthful, be honest. Right? And if you all say that I'm full of challenges, please understand, if challenges doesn't exist, we don't exist. Opportunities and challenges are equally distributed. Right? And the challenge is what makes it life interesting and exciting. Please understand, I have my digital twin, which we had invented, and you go look at it, my digital twin will cry because I sleep less than 4 hours a day. It is not that I'm not able to sleep. It is not that I'm obsessed on something, or it is not that I have disease. My brain doesn't stop thinking. Because God has given a platter for me to do something big. Right? How can I make it bigger? Right? What is that which can do it? Right? Today, what we all do, we don't bother about time. Right? And the biggest message that I wanted to tell people is not the student community, the teaching community. The teachers has to really, really transform. Because when you start to connect the dots shortly, you will understand the importance of it. If a revolution has to happen, if small change has to happen, it is the mindset of teachers which has to change. Right? That's what is going to make a difference. Because if you change, you will ensure to change at least 10 people. And if that 10 people change, they will ensure to change at least another 100 people. And that percolates. Right? For us, if Saturday is a holiday, we are all happy. Sunday is a holiday, we are all happy. We are all living in a world of all days. Right? In Twin, we have only 12 days per year, which is off. 4 days mandatory off. 8 days, I said, any day of your choice you could take off. Rest of the day work, because we are in the healthcare sector. Right? And you can grow only in that way. And we had ensured that every individual in this company contribute to it. They are all stakeholders. They are stocks of the company. They don't cry and work. Right? Say, if you want to inculcate that culture of delivering, you need to start from the basics, from the fundamentals of running behind knowledge. What is going to make a difference? Right? Where can you acquire knowledge? Right? The nature's truth is when you are committed, when you are focused on what you want to achieve in life, I'm damn sure, team, someone will achieve in life. Someone will achieve in life. I did not dream that I need to own a company just yesterday. When I was in school, I used to dream about it. My dad has taught me that. My dad keeps saying, I don't want my kids to go work under anywhere. I want them to be a job providers. right? In my entire episode of life, right? The only place where I had worked is for 6 months in Crescent Engineering College. When I was doing my last year of my project, the then correspondent, who was a friend of my dad based on the place where they were all brought up, he said, ME Computer Science from REC Trichy, we are not getting faculty. I'm talking about the year 95. You are sitting here, why don't you come and teach? I went there during my project phase. And the outside world where I learned was, the work was Crescent Engineering College. I learned a lot. And the biggest guru for me was Dr. Ponnavaiku, the former Vice Chancellor of Bharadasan University. He was my teacher in REC Trichy, right? And he was my HOD at Crescent Engineering College. He taught me how someone has to be. We used to sit and work late night, right? And if someone wants to be a wind champion, these are the fundamentals which connect the dots, right? And the minute you start to realize about what is the gap that has to be fulfilled, you'll start to make a difference, right? But we don't realize. We really don't focus, right? Theme. The thing is, you need to understand is, from my undergraduate in ECE, I was a topper. Those days, 89 to 93, when I did my undergraduate, we did not have any computer science subject in my curriculum. That was the time when computers was coming up, right? There's no computer lab. We had one paper called software engineering or something. I could still vaguely remember. I mugged up and went and wrote the examination and passed it, right? And I wanted to apply for ME Computer Science. Someone told me, apply for ME Computer Science. You have done ECE, go do change your discipline to computer science. I went and applied. And I was not sure whether I'll get selected because REC the competitions are very, very high. I know that after filtration, 5,000 people were asked to participate for the entrance examination. And the number of seats that were there was only 18 seats in REC at that point of time. And I wrote the entrance examination. 25 marks I did not attend. Out of 100 questions, 75 questions I attended, 25 questions I did not attend. Do you know why? 75 was hardware, which was electronics. 25 was software, which I don't know anything. I came out and went for movie Ulai Pali with my friends. And I was damn sure that I'll not get selected. 25 questions out of 100, if I had not attempted, what will happen, right? I was ranked 8th. Do you know why? For BE computer science students who had applied for ME computer science students, 75 questions were difficult. They had attended only 25 questions. I had attended 75 questions, right? And I was able to make it. Team, you will not believe that time when I joined my ME computer science program in the year 93, Asia's largest computer center was Octagon. Now, I promise and tell you, when I went there to Octagon, I was literally not knowing which button I should press to switch on the machine. Should I press this button or this button? People are pressing two buttons. I was not knowing why are they pressing two buttons. One was monitor, another was system. I was not knowing it. That was the state in which I entered one of the top institutes in the country, right? But what made a difference was I graduated as a topper of the institute. Right? That's what is important. How was it possible? Put your efforts. Put your sincere effort. Work as a team. Right? Most of Sundays, we used to spend time in the college. As a friends, we used to go together, sit, work to study, and we made it happen. The guru who taught me object-oriented programming, I was able to overscore than her. And what was it possible? Why was it possible? It was mere hard work, nothing else. Hard work, nothing else. That laid me the foundation of the fundamentals of relearning yourself to learn understanding the fundamentals. Because there you need to go deliver lectures. Seminars were there. Graph theory was one of the paper, right? And it is mandatory that everyone should take a lecture, seminar. I was given the topic as binary tree to go and take session. I was well prepared. I went onto the stage. First time I had gone to the stage. Earlier I had gone to the stage when I was doing undergraduate only to rub the board because I was the class representative. Here I need to go deliver lecture. There I go, and people will not believe I was literally shaking. I was literally shaking. I was holding the board, and after some point of time I just realized and said, hey, I'm talking without fear. The reason was I had understood the subject. Then destiny, we wanted to start a college. A lot of people to be thanked. And I was the one who worked hard to start a college. I learned the fundamentals. As long as I was there as a man in the college, you will not believe. I was having the entire AICTE regulations, norms and guidance in my fingertips. You ask me any guidance at that point of time, I'll exactly tell. We started in the year, we were not able to get the approval on time. It was a late approval. Thanks to Professor Armum of REC Trichy, Sivam of REC Trichy, those people who came for inspections for the first inspection, they encouraged me, saying that, young guy, educated guy, you want to start a college, definitely you will do well. Last date were gone, right? And we got the approval in the year 98, after the academic sessions were over, as a special approval, thanks to so many people who helped me to get the affiliation. The message that I'm trying to tell is, team, when your efforts are sincere and hard, focused, nature will ensure to show you people to come and help you. I was able to start the college. We started the college with 77 students. Next year, admission full. We paid penalty to the government. We paid penalty to the government for excess admissions, right? And we started to grow faster. That's when I went to PhD to do my doctorate. People said that, go do doctorate. I tried. I got it. And I was the one who started the college, so I was sitting there. So honestly speaking, I was not ready to do my PhD at that point. I want to do part-time. And I had attended based on my uncle, Professor Sadiq, the former Vice Chancellor of University of Madras, who asked me to apply. And I applied. And I had gone, written the examination. And there was a session by a couple of professors, Pandurangan, Hema Murthy, all these people came. And Hema Murthy said, this is the place where internet was launched. Will anyone not be inspired about it? That was an inspiration for me. I said, I need to make it happen. Right? And after the written session, I was selected, 7 people are selected for an interview in the afternoon. I was the 4th. 3 people came out crying. 3 people who went into the interview came out crying. 4th person was me. I was asking what happened. He said, they were not ready to answer, but they were crying. I said, nothing is going to happen. We are going to go give our best and leave it to the rest to the God. I got selected. It was a turning point. I did my computer science in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering under Professor Dr. Janaki Ram. Amazing man. And I would say, lot I learned. I was able to quickly complete 3.5 years, 16 publications to my credit. Learned a lot on engineering and had a lot of opportunity to go abroad. Google was at that time a startup. I got offer in Google, right? Got a postdoc in Canada. Fate. My dad was clear that I need to get back to the college and develop the college. And family compulsion, multiple things. Came back, started to focus on the college, work for the college. And I used to be always thinking out of the box. How can we do better? How can we offer knowledgeable education to students? I am a guy who is dead against the concept of placement. Everyone needs at the end of it a job or something. That's not the role of the college. College role is to give them knowledge. You give them the knowledge, they will get the job. Organizations are waiting. We in Twin, we pay consultancy to get people. Every organization pay consultancy to get brains. Do you think that one man can build a company? Of course, no. Right? So you have the right knowledge. Job is there for you. Damn sure, right? So but still, we need to coexist in the ecosystem. We did train people, all those things were there. And as part of my thesis, I want to spoken about in the last chapter of my thesis. I had done my PhD in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in the area of distributed mobile computing. I was the first researcher to work on mobile computing in India. Right? I conceptualized a model called mobile clusters, mobile grid, the biggest terminology which you all talk about now, right? Grid computing, right? I was the one who built the middleware for all those stuff, right? And at the last chapter of my thesis, I'm going to spoken about how technology can be used for precision treatment. There my journey starts. And it was not intentional, it was accident. I need to go superimpose my knowledge, my solution into some application. One of the applications which I thought through was how can we use our technology to precision treatment. That's the first instance when I was trying to marry engineering to health, right? I did not have much. I just was trying to render a brain image and trying to simulate and show that it could demonstrate an amazing outcomes. And I said, how can it help a cardiac patient in delivering medications based on the health condition? Last chapter of my thesis was there. Interestingly, later I had a bad episode in life. I was fresh out of PhD. 8-year-old, my son, second son, had a liver failure for unknown reason. I lifted him. My wife was a donor. He underwent a liver transplantation, right? That was the next chapter of my understanding of healthcare. The reason why I'm trying to tell this, friends, around in the entire world surrounding us, there are so much to be observed, right? How can you connect the dots and translate into what you had learned is going to make a difference in life. If at all you feel that the 5 theory paper and 3 lab work is going to help you to get a career, you will get a simple programming job for a maintenance engineer job. It is like on the TV mechanic will be there carrying suitcase to go service, right? With the advancement, you will start to serve for at the back end of providing service as a programmer in banking solutions and other stuff. If you want to be a real difference in your life on creating, in designing, you need to think out of the box, connecting the dots of what you had learned. I had a bad experience. My son had a liver failure. I came back, I asked, and there I learned, right? These transplant patient lifelong has to take medication. Problem statement number 1, right? Problem statement number 2, in the early days of the treatment, I saw daily they used to do blood work. Later they were doing alternative days. Then it changed weekly once, fortnightly once, monthly once. Even now 3 months one blood work has to be done. 27 parameters looked upon and 1 medication is what I treated. I asked the doctor, 8-year-old kid, lifelong you are asking to take medication. Will he not have a side effect? She said, of course. If he has to be alive, he has to take it. Because the organ in his body is not his organ. It's a foreign organ. Though it's from his mother, it's a foreign organ to the body. Right? It will reject if you don't suppress the immune level. Right? The problem statement 2 is the guy has to lifelong take medication and suppress the immune level, because of which he's prone for easy infection. Problem statement number 2. Problem statement number 3, I asked the doctor, I saw you doing blood work daily, alternative day, weekly once. Now you're asking to do 3 months once. Does the body behave the same throughout 3 months? She said, of course, no. Of course, no. Right? God's creation is so beautiful that at every instant, body keeps changing. You do a blood work now and you do half an hour later, the parameters are completely different. The medical fraternity works with the model of approximation, generalization. Problem statement number 3. I had a horrible experience, emotionally a blocking experience with my son. But I came back and I said, can I try to build a solution for this? Right? And I had PhD scholar. I said, can we build a middleware called the mobile sensor grid to solve the problem for a transplant patient? Right? And I said, doctor said that this medication has a side effect because lifelong they have to take, and you are trying to do a blood work 3 months once, and you are trying to give a fixed medication to the body. I said, can we build a solution where understanding my body at this point of time, can I ask the patient to take precise medication? I was able to build a solution. I proved the mathematical model that 47% side effect will be reduced if you are able to give a precise dose of medication to such kind of people. I published in Indian Science Congress. Our former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was the chairman of the Congress. The paper won the best paper award. I started talking everywhere about this. Necessity is the mother of invention. Right? The truth is, friends, that's where I started to connect medical science into technology. Right? I was not knowing what for I'm doing it, but I did it. Right? See, look at this. I was interestingly also one of the board of directors of a chamber of commerce called United Economic Forum. Every year we used to conduct, every alternative year we used to conduct trade summits. We used to bring the best of the best brains across the globe and conduct a trade summit. The idea is, can we create an ecosystem of exchange of knowledge on the business to coexist to improve the ecosystem of this country, right? And interestingly, one of the president's brother-in-law who was living in the Bay Area said that there's an Indian, a Tamilian, a South Indian who has revolutionized the world, who is an unsung hero. Friends, I'm talking about my partner, Dr. Jahangir Mohamed, who was the one who revolutionized the world by inventing a technology a solution to offer Wi-Fi into the mobile phones. I keep telling him funnily, hey, you are the one who is the culprit to spoil the world. The Wi-Fi that you are using in your mobile phone was his invention. He was working in the AT&T Bell Slab where mobile phone was invented there. And he has this idea, why don't we put Wi-Fi into the mobile phones? He quit the job, took money, started this company. That became a norm today. Right? And later he sold the company and later he revolutionized the world on AI and IoT. The biggest buzzword, what you are all talking about, he said is the father of IoT. The best part is a top leader, world's #1 richest man, an automobile owner. The autonomous car is built by the technology of his company called Jasper. Right? 90% of automobile across the globe from India's Maruti to Tesla is from Jasper. All the communication networks are powered by the IoT of Jasper. 14 years of hard work. When you want to go IPO, Cisco, the network giant, came and gave an offer to acquire it. He sold the company for $1.48 billion, complete cash settlement. Complete cash settlement. Right? And after the acquisition, they made him continue the CEO of that particular vertical. A creative brain never stops. A creative brain never stops. He always felt that I was able to build a solution for automobile. Digital twin of Boeings are built by Jasper. Right? When we are able to build a solution for such kind of stuff, can we build something for mankind? Healthcare. That's where both of us, the speaker on the trade summit, I was literally talking about the same story what I'm telling you all. About my son, about the platform which I had built and how it could offer a precision treatment. And he was talking about how technology can be used for even feeding cattle. Right? That is where we came together to build this revolutionary company. See, the message is always nature connects with right people when you are ready for it. Don't crib. Don't cry for anything and say that I did not have an opportunity. Government is not supporting. That person is not supporting. I am from a rural background. My father is an auto driver. I don't have a father. All these are crap. You could keep telling boatload of reason to say that I did not do it because of this reason. You acquire the knowledge. You acquire what has to be done. You demonstrate. Right? You will be there. You will be there. So what did we build? What is such revolutionary solution that we had built? Right? And I would love to just flip through a couple of slides to show the essence of what we had done. Right? It is revolutionary. Right? So we wanted to do something on the healthcare. So in a common platform, he said, hey, Maluk, can we start a company? Such a big man saying that, Maluk, can we start a company? For a minute, I was shocked. I don't know what to answer. I said, yes, why not? Right? And please understand, I was a hardcore academician. In academic world, there is a strong thesis which says that if you are being a faculty, you are not fit to go to industry. True or not? Right? If you are a faculty, you are not fit to go to an industry. I broke that into biggest stuff. Right? We came together to start build this revolutionary company. Me, Jahangir, and Jahangir CTO in Jasper, Terry, a Chinese guy. 3 of us came together to build this revolutionary company. Right? Team. I also had the research of the company. I had the global research of the company. Right? And the kind of work that we had done is incredibly, amazingly great. Right? What we had demonstrated, no one in the world had done it. Right? And so the genesis comes from what I was talking as a precision treatment and what Jahangir has built in his earlier avatar on offering autonomous car solution for Boeing engines, right? And ATM network. We built we put together these two to build this revolutionary solution, right? We came together, we were not in medicals. You don't know anything on the medical, right? You will not believe. At least I might have spoken in 300 plus platform addressing doctors on medical science. I am a regular writer on healthcare solution. Friends, please understand, with great regards to the medical fraternity, they are something completely different, right? But the future of the medical science is going to be from the hands of the coexistence of engineers and the doctors. Because the way we engineers look at it is completely different. In traditional world, if you have a problem on your eyesight, you go meet an ophthalmologist. You have a hypertension, you go meet a cardiologist. You are diabetic, you meet an endocrinologist or a diabetologist, right? But the truth is not, that's not the way to look at. Body is a single system. Body is a single system, right? Every piece of data in our body is connected with other. They correlate. You cannot try to solve the problem by individually trying to solve the problem, right? We read so much. I might have read so much on the medical science, proportionately more than engineering subjects, right? During a short period of time, because we don't have time. Ultimately, the biggest enemy, if at all, you need to look at is time. It's not the money. Everywhere money is there. You have an idea, come to me. I'll show you places. There are investors who are waiting to invest. Do you have the right idea? Do you have the passion to build it? Right? So what we did was, so we wanted to do something on the healthcare. We spoke to hundreds of doctors. Eventually, most of the doctors said, can you build a solution to solve diabetes problem? Because when someone becomes diabetes, they eventually get all other conditions. They'll have cholesterol, they have fatty liver, they will be obese, they'll have hypertension, and eventually they'll get into heart attack, stroke, and die. Right? And all these were seen as a lifelong progressive disease with lifelong suffering of symptom, and no one knows when the complication is going to hit them badly to die. Right? So being engineers, we started to dig deeper to understand what is happening. Right? Technology is advancing. Medical science is advancing. Why do we say that there is something, there's no solution? Why do we say that these are lifelong diseases? When we dig deeper, when we started to learn deeper, the so-called diabetes, the so-called hypertension, the so-called cholesterol, the so-called fatty liver, the so-called PCOS, the so-called, all these were symptom and not disease. For us, it was great discovery, if you ask me. Though the medicals know it. For us, it's being engineers. For us, it was a discovery. So when we decided to start a company on the healthcare, the first discovery that we understood was all these so-called diseases were not diseases, they were symptoms. Then what is the disease? there was one disease common for all, which was the dysfunctional metabolism. What is metabolism? 1,000 plus biochemical reaction that takes place in the human body at every instance of time. In our body, now 1,000 plus biochemical reactions are taking place. Please understand, it is a system. Right? What is biochemical reaction? It's a system. Right? And God's creation is so beautiful that no two human has the same metabolism. Forget about no two human having the same metabolism. We ourselves don't have the same metabolism throughout our life. What we had 10 minutes back is not we have now. It is so complex and dynamic. The next biggest discovery was we were able to find out the problem. What is the biggest thing that a researcher want? What is the biggest thing that an engineer want? To know the problem. When you know the problem, you could build solution. There are hundreds of ways you could build solution. You just need to go pick up the optimal path of fixing it. Right? When you know the current state and we want to know the future state, there are multiple ways you could go. That's the engineer brain. Right? So the problem statement was clear that none of these diseases were their symptom, and every of these conditions had one problem, which is the dysfunctional metabolism. And we said, any company that is going to build a solution to measure the metabolism of human body will be top 3 in the world. Why not we? We have done it. We have done it. We are the first company in the world who have built a technology to measure the metabolism of a human body. Revolutionary. Take my words, team. This is recorded, right? In few years from now on, we will be top 3 in the world. We are already raising. See, even today I saw an article. We are the top 5 digital twin company in the medical space. I'll share it shortly before I leave the session. Right? We are the top 3, top 5. All other 4 people are trying to use digital twin to measure metrics. We are the only company in the world who had built a solution to solve a problem. Right? Will we not be the revolutionary company? Right? Saddest truth is 50% of the adult in the world suffer with some chronic condition or the other. 50% of the adult. World's biggest problem. We are solving it. We are solving it. Which investor will not invest in us? Every month we are burning 5 million. The reason is it takes time. And investors are able to understand. We are able to explain them why. Why does it take time? Why is that we are burning cash? Right? Where is the roadmap? Right? And we invented the technology to measure the metabolism of a human body. Right? And that became revolutionary. There are a lot of people who claim that they reverse the diabetes. They put a patch and say that cut the source of sugars, eat a low carb diet, go for intermittent fasting. Yes, you will normalize the sugar at the expense of what? That's not the way to look at the problem. Don't look at shortcut. Don't look at shortcut. Right? Engineers are people who look for detailing, in-depth understanding of what has to be done. Right? That's what made it happen. It became revolutionary. Right? And we have the guts. In US, the payers are the insurance and the employer for healthcare. We went to the one of the payer and said, we will offer free of cost our program to your employees. You pay us at the end of it based on the outcome we deliver. If I am able to reduce the HbA1c by 1%, they pay me $1,000. If I am able to reduce the prescription cost by $100, pay me $30. If I am able to help people to reduce weight, pay me $1,000. If I am able to help people to reduce BP, fatty liver, we said we will deliver outcome and get paid. So at the end of it, we proved that 71% of the medical expense could be reduced. The Blackstone CEO got excited and went public and said that this is revolutionary. There's one company who had built a solution to revolutionize the world. Go get it benefited. Every company started to come with us. It became wildfire. right? And how do we do it? What is it all about, right? So the first thing that we did was, so let me flip through for the understanding of deeper understanding of things, right? So here you go. Right? Solving the root cause of chronic metabolic diseases. Purposefully, I put the top leaders across the globe image very, very short, so that because these are high profile people, right? So we are the first company in the world who had invented this technology by which we are able to eliminate or reduce medication. We are a monopoly. We have proved the medical science by running kind of randomized control. In healthcare, anything can be accepted only when it is proved through trials, randomized control trial. Right? We were the first company in the world to do it. We had proved the medical science, conducted both in India and US. We had patented the technology. Right? 3 of us are the founders of the company. Right? And biggest problem, the saddest truth is, we work hard for 40 years. We work extremely hard for 40 years and try to save money, build houses, buy car. At the end of it, sell everything to pay for our hospital expenses. The data says that every year more than 50 million people become bankrupt spending on the healthcare of their expenditure. In spite of spending so much money, you end up putting a band-aid and coming. So it is the world's largest problem to solve. We are there to solve. So as I told you, right? So these were all symptoms, and the actual complication which will kill you is this. And the root cause of the problem was the dysfunctional metabolism. Look at the way the world is looking, progressing. Scary. When we started, the number of diabetics was 77 million, right? It became 101.3 million, and today it is 173 million. The actual problem is the biology and behavior of every human is unique. What works for me will not work for you. Right? Understand it. Only positioned solution can solve the problem. Can we build a solution for it? Twin makes it happen. The root cause of the problem is the dysfunctional metabolism. Because identifying the problem is what is important. That is what engineers are smart about. Right? Where do engineers' mind comes in? The logical brain works out. Connecting the dots to really understand the problem. We are smart in that, right? And now knowing the problem, we started to build a solution. This is the messy metabolism. We call it as a simplified view. People laugh at us when we tell this. Right? We are the first company in the world who are able to understand the protein movement that happens in a human body. Our technology is able to do it, right? And having done that, we pulled the genesis of what we had done to make people become healthier with their metabolism. Ultimately, what we end up with wanted, increased productivity and mental health. Right? Reverse chronic disease, keep happy for life. Right? And we call it as a whole body digital twin. We use the concepts of, so another interesting thing, let me share it with you, right? So in a car, in a Boeing engine, you could put thousands of sensors, collect data to build a digital twin. Right? In a human body, how can you do it? Do you want to make people wear hundreds of sensors, collect data, and build it? You cannot do it, right? We were trying to understand, dig deeper, find out, right? And that's what I told you earlier, right? Every piece of data correlates with other data. Being engineers, that's the biggest jackpot. Then what do you want? You need 2 to 3 continuous sources of data repeatedly over a period of time to color the entire image of it. Clear? Right? So we build the digital twin using 3 sets of data, because the solution that we build, you need to understand, has to be accepted by the community in a larger audience. You cannot, in the name of disrupting the world, try to build a solution which is completely orthogonally different. You need to coexist with them. You should take it in phases, right? So we said it is a treatment offered by doctors, which is enabling doctors to offer precision treatment to reverse condition, eliminate medications. So 3 sets of data: sensor data, blood diagnostic data, the golden standard of the medical community, and the causal data at the end of it. So now look at it, the way we have taken it. Last is how do I perceive it? My energy, my mood, my preference. I could keep giving you everything. If you're not happy at the end of it, doesn't make sense. Because you need to build a solution which you're able to understand and appreciate. Right? Second is the golden standard of the medical producer, blood diagnostic data. Third is continuous data, sensor data. Now, having understood that, we started saying, in my own body, being head of research, I had known so many sensors at some point of time to really understand how does the data percolates. Right? I had done experimentation. So much gadgets I had. Say, you go prick all your 5 fingers and test your blood sugars. They are not the same. Right? You go prick 1 finger, first drop, test the sugars. Second drop, test the sugar. Third drop, test the sugar. They are not the same. Same time, this hand and this hand, they are not the same. I want patches everywhere to really understand. Left hand and right hand, completely different. It is so complex. Right? So you need to build a solution to optimize taking into consideration all these challenges. Now, challenges give you opportunity. Forget about life challenges. Even a problems, right? Challenges will give you opportunity. Right? People say, hey, your watch, even if I don't walk, if I even go in a flight, it counts. We know that. We know that because the error rate of these watches are high. It's just an indicator. But the digital twin that we had built optimizes understanding it. Someone can say, hey, if I log wrong, what will know? My digital will know. Right? That's what is revolutionary. Earlier, so now what happened is, we collect so much data from the body. We are the only company in the world who had almost 1 billion data collected every month, which is time-stamped, which is accurate. Right? All big players in the world, I don't want to name them because it's not right to do it. All top companies in the world had tried on the medical science and the healthcare solution. They all failed. Why did Twin win? Twinware crashed into the fundamentals. Right? When you build solution, it will be grassrooted. Understand the basics. Can you connect the dots is what makes a difference, right? So that is where the brain of engineers makes a difference. If you try to solve the problem by bringing medicos into it, you will not be able to bring this, you will not be able to build it, right? So we build the digital twin with 3 sets of data to solve the biology and behavioral problem of a human body. What are the solution? What food someone has to eat, what activity someone has to do, what sleep someone has to do. Right? It is not, say, I will tell you, research says that unmonitored dieting is evil for a disruptive metabolic body. Right? What they say is unmonitored dieting is evil for a disruptive metabolic body. Right? People go for intermittent fasting, that's not the right way to do. People go beyond and say, this is what matters the most, right? You need to understand the body and give the body what it wants. Someone is asking for a remote control of your computer. Decline, yes? I should decline, Anuradha, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we are trying to solve this problem, biggest problem, and we were able to successfully do it through the whole body digital twin by which we were able to solve at the cellular level, at the mitochondrial level. Right? And we look at the body holistically 360 degrees. We don't control or correct any of single parameter. Right? We correct the base by which everything gets corrected. We had proved that infertility can be corrected. We had proved that autoimmune disorders can be corrected. One of our college registers connect from Coimbatore said that one of the professor's wife was detected with some autoimmune disorder, complete rashes, and they said, what to do? I said, enroll her. Trust me, she'll correct. Yes, she was put on steroids. I said, pause taking any medications, get on to twin, look at the outcomes. You're not going to become bad. Right? Today, she's completely free from everything. She's doing fantastic. She's from our community. Right? So we built 3 models. Because when you know the problem statement, you could build a solution for it. That's the strength of engineers, right? So we are trying to move the body from the damaged metabolism to the optimal metabolism, eliminating medications through the revolutionary technology what we built. The other interesting thing is when you build a solution, you need to ensure that it is friction free. So when someone gets into the program, it identifies the list of food items which are intolerant and classifies as red food. But as they travel through the journey of healing, they go back and eat the normal food. It is not lifelong dieting, right? It's methodical. Go bring your optical memory to an optimal state. Go correct your circadian rhythm, right? We go rewire the system completely. It is not activity. Someone say, I do yoga, I do cycling, I do. Yeah, of course. Do what your body exactly wants. Right? Precisely, we should understand your body and recommend what the body wants. So we are the first company in the world, as I told you, trying to solve at the mitochondrial level, by which we are able to fix all the system. We are able to rekindle the anabolic and catabolic effect of a human metabolism. Anabolic and catabolic are all engineering terminologies. Nothing medical is not something different. That's not something, right? All these are engineering. All these are engineering. Your own control system. It's precise understanding of your body to control it, right? And over a period of time, sensors goes off. You need to wear only minimum number of sensors. Number of blood works goes off, right? And we are the first company in the world who had built a solution for health care and not sick care to make people happy and healthy for life. We are able to prove that people can save more than 70% of the healthcare expenditure, right? We had made the statement false, revolutionary. Because we are the first company in the world who had proved that micro and macrovascular complications can be reversed. The damage that has happened to the heart health, kidney health, nervous system, and eyesight can be corrected. Mental health can be corrected by just fixing the fundamental of the metabolism, eventually eliminating the financial burden. Endorsed by ADA, awarded by American Heart Association twice. The entire technology is patented. We have more than 70 odd publications to our credit, right? We are far, 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 far better than anything else in the world, right? Right? So what is that we had built? We had built a metabolic health service for life to the technology and the compassionate care team. And it was all engineering excellence, nothing else, towards medical applications. And it all started in Trichy, a school in Trichy, a college in Trichy, PhD from IIT Madras, right? Working there, guiding people, personal experience with my son, right? Hunting for challenges. People fear for challenge. I said, hunt for challenges. Only when you hunt for challenges, you get opportunities. When opportunities are clear, you know the problem. You will get a solution. Engineers are good for it. All requires the fundamental knowledge and the basics of what is important. It is the fundamentals which is important. Ask yourself, how many of you know what is integration all about? Can you talk to a layman and tell what is integration? Please go back. When we learned, we did not have any technology. Today, everything is in your fingertips. Each of you can become a master in what you want to be. Be focused. Be consistent. Right? Go behind something big. You will definitely get success in a very big way. Success is defined by not something else. Success is self-defined. Be disciplined. Right? You can keep giving hundreds of reasons that I did not do it for this reason. I did not do it for that reason. Nothing is true. These are lame excuses. God only can save. You tell some reason, I'll hear out and keep moving. No one will be bothered. It's your life. You need to know where you want to go. Right? So categorize yourself in young age as a professional. Where do you want to head to? In your family, what do you want to contribute? Personally, what do you want to be? Write down If it does not written down, it doesn't exist. Keep writing what you want to achieve. Right? Go behind it. You will succeed. It's all driven through process. All our religion preaches that. All our basics teaches that. Right? Go to the basics, which will connect the dots. Right? You could build a revolutionary company. So much problems have to be solved. Don't come and say you pick up, right? Most of the time we don't read many things. We try to do something and say that I had come out with an invention and I want to do a startup. It will not work. Friends, when you want to do a startup, ask yourself, am I trying to solve a global problem? Am I trying to solve a real big problem? I had one of my students coming and meeting me here in the research park, because our office is in the research park. They said they had got the best award from the government and they came with a certification and said that they want to convert it into a product. They want to do a startup. They had got some grants. I said, you will fail. Don't waste time. Because you don't have an end user. You don't have an end user. Idea is great. Who are the end users? It's a business model at the end of it. Right? Ask yourself, how many people, how many million, how many billion people are finding challenges here? Am I solving a bigger problem? Am I solving a pain point of an individual which is magnitude larger? That's what makes a difference. Right? You need to know, which is not at all difficult. Say, for example, I'll upfront tell you, right? Today, the biggest challenge is, am I taking a cup of coffee which is good for my health? People sell so much things, right? Create a technology saying that I'll scan and tell that whether this is adulterated. Right? Is this compatible to my health? Simple. It's the biggest problem to be solved. So many say thousands of problems can be defined. Right? We need so much solutions. So much we are still not able to cure cancer. Right? Day-to-day problems, so many things are there. Right? But hunt for it. When can you understand that? Only when you know, only when you read. Only when you understand. Only when you know the basics. When you are all right, nature will ensure that the right partner will come to you. The right person will come to you. You need not hunt anywhere. You need not go anywhere. Be innocent enough in doing what you are doing. Right? Be focused. Be fixated. Don't say, I tell you, you need to be literally crazy. Only crazy people can think out of the box. Someone should laugh at you. If someone is not laughing at you, it means that you are not defining a bigger problem. Right? You need to, and the other important thing is, we all try to say that I have a product and I want to do a startup. Please understand, you need to know the problem of an end user and build a solution for that. Not the other way around. Don't say that I had built a product and I want people to use it. No one will use it. So I say the biggest problem in the world is chronic disease. I have built a solution to solve that problem. Right? That's what makes a difference. You need to ask yourself, am I solving a problem? What someone has. Right? And that's what can make you a difference. Friends, please understand, it is never the money which is a problem. Money is so much our people are ready to invest. It is the passion. It is the focus. As a person, do you have a perseverance to really talk about it in depth? Do you have the confidence on what you want to achieve in life? Right? Don't be superficial. Don't say that I'm trying this route or this route. You will not end up in any route. Right? And that's what is magical. You say agriculture is the biggest problem to be solved. Such a big topic to be solved. Right? Look at it, connect it. Everywhere engineering. The engineers are the only one who could build solution for the entire world problem. Entire world problem. You take anything for that matter. It is the engineers who has to build a solution. Don't fear for anything. Don't fear for anything. What is AI all about? Engineers who built it. We are the one who built it, right? We have in Twin, right? We call it as Twin GPT. It has a lot of capability, right? We had gone to a level, you would not believe it. I don't mind sharing it in this floor. When you have a doubt, you Google it, am I right? You have multiple ways to do, go search for when you have something to be looked upon. When you have a problem in your body, twin it is what we had built. We patented it. When you have a problem in your body, twin it. Ask your twin. Do you know the mission of our company? Every global citizen should own the subscription of Twin. Look at the problem statement we are defining. Look at the vision that we have. And why should someone damage their body and come to us? We live in a world where it is completely polluted, right? We have, our lifestyles are so bad, right? So you have your twin, and twin tells, hey, come on, tweak it, right? Do this so that you could fix up your body, so that you don't get back to the world and make it worse, right? The vision is what? Every global citizen should own a subscription of Twin. Look at the problem. How big is it? It is as big as the population of the world, right? And that's what makes a difference. And we are the only company in the world who are able to earn money by giving goodness to people, by helping people save their money to earn money. My partner saved 2x for X to earn X, right? In India, the healthcare solution has to be from the individual. Individual has to pay out from their pocket, right? We ensure that you save your big lakhs of money and your house and your wealth by solving this problem, right? We are the only company to do it. Is there anyone else to do that? Such a kind of offer such a kind of solution? That is what we need to look for. Look for problems which is really of bigger magnitude, which is able to solve bigger issues, right? And another thing, don't expect someone to teach you entrepreneurship. No one can teach you entrepreneurship, right? You need to be hungry for it, right? If you are clear that you want to be an entrepreneur, please don't sit for all those kind of sessions which your college gives on campus and other things. Be fixated. From day one, say that I want to be an entrepreneur. I'm working on it. I want to understand the problem. I want to narrow down the problem, right? I'll tell you, I was a jury during the COVID period for a CI initiative on entrepreneurship. And he was an NIT Trichy guy who was in third year building a fintech solution. At that instance, when he was presenting it, I said, this guy is building a unicorn. And I took a picture of that guy, screenshot of the picture of both of them in the screen and said, this guy will do it. He did it today. He did it today. He was in third year. Just now he has completed his final year. 1 year back he completed. He sold his company and he has started. He's doing his next company now. Right? So that's what matters the most. Right? You need to be hungry. You need to be really going behind it. Right? Teachers are meant to give knowledge. Teachers are now need to really transform themselves to give the right knowledge. Don't run behind students for marks, but the fundamentals is they need to clear the subject. That's what the basic is, otherwise they don't get the degree. That's mandatory, right? And the students need to be committed for that. Right? And when you have a culture, when you set a culture where you help people to go knowledge, acquire knowledge, student will start to transition. Student will start to transition. It's a chicken and egg problem, right? Somewhere we need to start, right? Expose them into multiple things. Even today, I hear so much of case studies. Every day before I come to office, I ensure that I listen to a lot of case studies. Please understand, I can be successful in something. I cannot be successful in another thing because I'm playing cricket match. If I try to go play football tomorrow and I go and tell that I was a champion here and I have to do it, I'll fail. The first thing that I learned on day one when I started Twin, when I got an opportunity to be part of Twin was, I was in no way I had anything from the college. I need to start afresh. The fundamental block that professors are not directly suitable for organization, especially the tech company, was there in my mind. I worked extremely hard. Do you know the biggest asset in a teacher? They are super fast. Jahangir used to tell, Maluk, what I am doing in 20 days, you are doing it in 2 days. I own the rule table of the company. I am the custodian of the medicine rule table of the company. Right? And when we say it as, I had iterated more than 100 times. Given a problem, I have completed in few hours and leave it and move next. You will not believe, team, the way we had invented, right? So today, we have a score called heart resilience score. Where did it come from? We picked up data from these sensors, and the mathematical model is from where? It's the engineering brain. It's what I learned in the engineering. Right? So we are able to come out with a cellular resilience score. It's a mathematical model. Right? So that's what matters. The biggest advantage in I would say, when I was to be doing the undergraduate times, right, I used to tell, an engineer can become a doctor and doctor cannot become an engineer. The funny stuff which I told was, when you do PhD, you could call yourself a Dr. Maluk. You're not a medical doctor, right? Eventually, fate brought me there now. I had also started to learn medical science. Go look at how much of, say, I keep writing so much on the LinkedIn to educate people, to break the myth of what is surrounding the world, right? The so-called cholesterol, what does it mean? The so-called protein, what does it mean, right? And how should you pursue your body, and all scientifically done. Not storytelling, not bullshitting. And all these, how does it come from? It started from the grassroots of engineering. I'm again and again telling you, but for engineering, this doesn't exist. And the company is built, the medical center, the health tech company is built by 3 engineers. My CTO was a top 10 CTO in the world. Amazing guy. Right? He drives the product. He had built this product. In the sense, he develops it. The core design comes from us, goes from us. Right? And let me pause. I've been talking a lot. Typically, I know that a session more than 45 minutes is too much. Ideal is 30. I'd really taken a lot of time. And I would love to take questions. You could feel very, very comfortable. No question is stupid. Every question is a real question to be asked. Yeah. Let me stop here, and I'll leave the floor to the organizers and for people to ask questions, or to be the others there.
Thank you so much, Maluk sir, for sharing your valuable insights before opening the floor to the Q&A. It is such an excellent and inspiring session, sir. So there is a question in the chat box, sir. One question by Hemalata Balakrishnan. How long twin takes to diagnose the metabolism dysfunction?
So typically it takes 35 days to build a digital twin. So what happens is now trillions of digital twin are there in the cloud. Because every instance is a digital twin, right? Every instance is a digital twin by itself because it's unique, right? When someone gets into the program, it tries to go matches the closest twin and start to learn. In 35 days, it starts to contribute itself to the global digital twin. By 35 days, it will be able to understand your body and start offering what you want as food, what you want to eat, and sleep and activities. There are other lectures of me talking about the importance of the nutrition, in what way we are different, because I don't want to get into so much detailing. I want to make it like this one, like a storytelling session, like a way how to connect the journey, because I don't want to go deeper into things, right? So, but if people are interested, can always go look at my podcast, which are there, which talks about precision nutrition, precision activity, precision sleep. So to answer the question, in 35 days, the digital twin gets matured. By that time, we'll be able to understand your metabolic mapping. And from day one onwards, it starts to optimize and offer solutions to optimize three critical stuff in the medical terminologies: glucotoxicity, lipotoxicity, and inflammation. Medical terminologies.
Thank you, sir.
How can engineers and medical professionals collaborate to ensure patient safety in innovative devices? Of course, ultimately, the problem statement comes from Medico, and engineers has to build a solution which is completely safe. And ultimately, what are you trying to do? You're building a device to acquire data, and the medical solution never gets into market before being proved through trials. And the trials is what does the testing of what you are trying to offer as a solution, right? And the trials become there are regulatory authorities to really say that this is approved, and that is based on the trials data, and the error rate should be negligible. So safety is taken care in a very big way. And honestly speaking, India, a lot more to be done on the regulatory component, the healthcare solution, because anyone can come and talk about healthcare solution, which is not right. Which is say some actors come and tell I lost weight because of it's not the right way to do, right? Say what works for your body doesn't work for the other body. That's a basic, right? But people go behind such kind of actors, such kind of false propaganda. We are living the world of digital era where we pick up all these reels. Someone come and say that there's a healthy drink your sugar will go. All these are ridiculous nonsense. If the problem is so simple to be solved, why should the world bleed, right? That's the truth. The reason is I want to educate as many people as much possible to really know the truth of what it is all about. Yeah.
Few more questions, sir, in the chat box.
Yeah. How are the essential medical health data required to create your digital twin? How are the, I don't understand. How are the essential? What are they?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
as I told, right? It's a three sets of data. One is the sensor data, the other is the blood diagnostic data, and the other is the causal data, the data that you perceive from your body, right? How do you perceive things, right? So sensor data, as I told you, we just need 2 to 3 continuous patterns of data to collect. So we did an understanding of, can we build a solution which is friction free? I'm repeating it again and again. When you build a solution, it should be friction free, right? So the easiest is watch, making people wear a watch. So second is making people use a scale, asking them to weigh daily morning. The third is people wearing a patch. And the way that we built in earlier days was people had to wear patch throughout the program. Throughout the program, they need to wear the watch. But as we had learned and gone so much, today a diabetic has to wear only for 35 days. After that, it doesn't require. Because at Twin, we are not here to control sugar. We are not here to control BP. We are not here to help people to lose weight. We are not here to control cholesterol. We are not able to regulate fatty liver. Our focus is to go solve the root cause of the problem, the dysfunctional metabolism, by which everything gets corrected. So the patch is here. That data is required to build the digital twin and not to control your sugars. Right? So the stage has come where we have started to eliminate after 35 days. And non-diabetic has to wear one patch. The data is required. Earlier, when we started the program, we used to do almost 278 blood data. 278 parameters. Today, it is 57 parameters because we had learned so much. That's the power of technology. Now we say what you need to do is eventually you need to see how you could optimize the costing. Can you go and give at an affordable price to people? Right? That should be your aim, right? You build a solution, then you need to go control. Now it has come to a stage, right? Look at someone has to wear the patch throughout. Forget about the friction. There's a cost involved on the patch. Right? Today, so much blood diagnostic, we are completely optimized. So these are the power of engineers. Again, I'm connecting the dots, right? So that answers the question, how can engineers and medical professionals collaborate to ensure? I had answered, how do wearable acts as an important role in modern medical system? That's the fundamental, because ultimately you need to have continuous data. Simple data is from the wearables, right? And what role digital twin technology play in twins health approach to reversing? We say, as I told you, right, we are not here to control sugars, type 2 diabetes, cholesterol. Our focus is to only one focus. which is the real problem, which is the dysfunctional metabolism. We are correcting it, so everything is corrected. We are big time in it. That's where we started, because this is the other thing that you people need to learn, right? So we built a solution. The real problem that we are solving is to correct the dysfunctional metabolism. If I start a company and go and tell, we are here to correct the dysfunctional metabolism, no one will understand. We need to start somewhere. We said we are reversing diabetes. We need to start somewhere, right? So we said we reverse diabetes. That's why we started with reversing diabetes. But honestly speaking, we're not reversing diabetes. Our focus is something else. Now we had gone to a mature state. A lot of education has come. 58,000 odd people have got benefited in India. 27 million people are signed up in US. Right? Huge, because they are the payers, not the individual. The organization pay. The organization is pushing because they want to save on the healthcare expense of their people. How does the digital twin adjust itself when a person's lifestyle suddenly changes? Ultimately, it understands, right? We learn everything from your watch. Right? Say, for example, I told you, I don't know whether you listen to it or not. You go, say, we don't, you go and tell the same twin, right? We don't want you to tell that you ate 500 grams of idli. No, you need to tell 2 idlis. Typical serving, right? It learns, it understands. So from the watch data, we understand, even if you go goof up and tell purposefully to test us, you go lie. We know that. We had patented the technology called TAC, timely, accurate, and complete. Right? So that's where we are saying there are 2 things that we are solving, right? Biology and behavior. Biology and behavior will change, right? Biology can be solved through what? Bringing a behavioral change. The power of what we do is bringing a behavioral change. How did we do it? Through technology.
New technology.
Right? Precisely. That's what we are trying to do. How twin can test the chronic disease without taking any samples? We do blood diagnostic, right? That's where, right? That's one of the data points, right? Yeah.
Anu ma'am, do you want to add anything, ma'am?
Yeah, I want to ask the other question. Are you also working on the precision medication that we're talking about?
So that's the basic, right? Say, so when someone comes into the platform, they come with medication. We cannot stop the medication on a single day, right? So as the body heals, the digital twin, understanding the progress on your body, recommends to your physician. Recommends to the physician the titration of the medication. The doctor has to titrate it, right? In diabetes, it is easy to eliminate medication. Whereas in other conditions, very, very difficult. Say, for example, your blood pressure may be normal, but you cannot eliminate medication because it has to correlate understanding your kidney health. Right? People say when you start statins, you cannot stop it. It's not so. It's not so, because once you heal the system holistically, the digital twin recommends to the physician that it could be titrated. Doctor approves it, and the medicine gets eliminated. Ultimately, the medicine elimination is done by the doctor, but the platform offers the solution to the physician. The other important thing is in twin, I don't have, touch wood by God's grace, I don't have any condition. But we are a strong believer that the medical data should be under the supervision of a doctor.
Yes.
We are a strong believer of that. So, because I'm repeatedly telling, it is a treatment offered by doctors. And we are an enabler to make them a super powerful doctor. So today they are able to treat 100 patients a day. With digital twin, they will be able to treat 10,000 patients a day. That's what matters.
So it's not to eliminate the doctors, but to empower them.
Exactly. We are empowering the doctor. We are completely empowering the doctors.
Anu ma'am and Maluk sir, before moving to the next questions, can we quickly go through the Slido, sir? The quick questions.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Just to validate how far we have reached.
Yes. Right. So requesting participants to quickly register on the Slido.
Oh, they didn't do it already. Okay, they have done it.
Already done. We have more than 259 participants. Let me wait for 1 minute.
Please join the quiz. Nice. Only then we'll know.
We have 1,200 plus participants joining. I'll give 20 to 30 seconds. Quickly join the Slido. The link has been posted in the chat box. Requesting all the students to stay in your browser. hope my screen is visible, Anuma.
Yes.
Okay. So let me wait for another 10-15 entries.
Let's get at least 30%. 1,300 at least.
You need to be little fast, participants.
Please do it quickly. You're so quick in logging in, signing up. And this is nothing. Music QR also.
Yeah, there is a QR. We are enabling it. Just scan the QR and join the session. Once it reaches 300, I think let me start.
300, yeah. 300 you start. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving to the first question. And here is the first question, requesting participants to stay on the browser, read the question and give the correct answer. What is the core mission of Twin Health? 20 seconds for each questions. Yeah. Option B was opted by 84%, and that is the right answer. Going to the second question. Again, 20 seconds for this question also.
See, but only 79 actually took the question.
You have to be a little fast. Fastest fingers will come in the top 5. Correct answers and the fastest fingers.
Good, 97 answer.
Yeah, it's coming up. Let's see how many has opted for the correct answer. Looks like option C is the right. Let's see. Yes, option C is the right answer. Next question, it's very simple. Either true or false. Entrepreneurship and health tech requires both scientific understanding and engineering problem solving. Whether it is true, it's false. Okay, 5% opted or false also. Yeah, 95% made it correct. And here is the next question. Put the question. As an engineering student, what skill is most important to transition into health tech space? Eligibility fast. Yeah, 200 questions. Let's wait for the correct answer. Yes, that is the right answer, option C. And here is the fifth question. In real world innovation journey like Twin Health, what often sparks the creation of impactful solutions? Good. Most of the questions got full marks. And now requesting students to come to your Zoom screen. Come to your Zoom screen. Professor Agustin, I know you're from MAMSET, and Imbashekaran, Dr. Arun, all of them, Susan ma'am, Jiva sir, all the faculty is competing then the students. And here is the leaderboard. Let us wait for the next 5 questions and see who will come in the top. But looks like this table contains most of the faculty. Please go to your web browser. And here is the 6th question. A non-medical student or engineer cannot become a founder in medical innovation. Is that true or false? I would like to encourage more students to come in the top now. The next 5 questions. Yes, false is the correct answer. Here is the 7th question. Which of the following is the first step in starting a successful entrepreneurial journey? Raising a fund, building a team, or identifying a real world problem. All these was clearly stated multiple times by Maluk sir in the session. Okay. Yes, option C is the right answer. And here is the 8th question. What does MPP? Listen, 70 percentage marked as option C. Yes, option C is the right answer. And here is the 9th question. What is the most common reason startup fails?
No customer.
70 percentage opted option C, and that is the right answer as well as. And here is the last and final question. Which mindset is most critical for entrepreneurial success? Once you mark the answer, now you can check your Zoom screen, and now you'll be able to see the leaderboard. 69% made it B as the right one. And yes, B is the correct answer. Now, again, I'm moving to the leaderboard. As I mentioned earlier, quite a lot of faculties coming in the top. Agustin sir, Diva sir, and Dr. Arun. Congratulate and hope students, you also learned good things from this. Quite interesting for you also. Let me stop my share. Yeah.
What about the other three apart from the top two?
Others
See,
are
if you had put
students.
your college name, it would have been easy for us.
Exactly.
Some of
That's
us
what we are
know
telling.
them in person, so Lavana is able to reel out Jiva is from Manset and Agustin is from Manset. But we would like to have names of students also listed, Lavana, as a future thing, just to look at it.
One more question, ma'am, from Dr. Susan, which I posted in the chat box. What are the key challenges and opportunities when engineers and clinicians collaborate to develop technologies for patient-centered care?
So as I told you, right, if the fundamentals are correct, it is how we build it. The opportunity is very, very huge. And I'll tell you, you say we came together to start this company on July 24th. Just 2 days, we are completing 7 years. When we came together to start this company, we launched the company on September 5th in US. November 14th, we officially ventured the product in the market. Just look at the gap, right? And as you learn, you need to say, you saw the question on MVP, right? You need to go improvise on it, right? You need to understand the market, what these people want. And if you do the fundamentals right, you are there, right? People are ready to really pay when they see value for it. Most of the time, what happens is, there are a lot of players who mud the place. Most of the time when we started, right, many people felt that, hey, it's a US-based company who is coming here to take data. Please understand, US doesn't want India data. The minute they come to know that it's India data, they don't believe in it. That's the truth, right? Say, these are some challenges which we need to just move forward, which you need to have patience, work with reliable people. Say, for example, IIT Madras Research Park validated us. DRDO looking at what we are doing, they partnered with us. We did not go to them. They came to us. They said this is one of its revolutionary solution, right? What more you need, right? So do the fundamentals right, it will take off. Many people don't do the fundamental right, and they build something and they say, this is there, go take it. It will not work. Yeah.
Dr. Maluk, just as a follow on what was spoken, Indian data is okay for Indians, or is the data kind of localized? Is what I would like to understand.
Yeah.
Because you are addressing a common problem, but what works for a Tamilian cannot work for an Andhra, because the type of food everything is different.
So the truth is, the product what we had built is phenotype independent, which means that it is personalized. Right? It understands your body and is offering a solution. It's phenotype independent. It is independent of race, gender, sex, or whatever it is. Right? Age. It is independent. Right? It is not that someone with 5 years of diabetes or 5 years of condition will be able to solve it earlier. 20 years of it is completely different because it's personalized, completely personalized. Right? What I'm going to tell is acceptance in the market. Say, for example, you come and tell Indians that it's an American product, they take it. You go to US and say that it's an Indian company, they don't take it. I was trying to tell that, right? So we were not here to actually bring data, right? So in that case, if you see, US data is far more. Right? We have 27 million people signed up. Yeah. It's huge. Yeah.
Participants, if you have any question, please raise your hand. I will make you to unmute and ask directly to the speaker. Palanisamy, I have unmuted. Please go ahead and ask a question.
It's not. Doesn't appear to be unmuted.
Yeah, Palanisamy, you are unmuted.
Are you? I think he's from St. Peter's. Huh? I don't know. Yeah, let's see.
One plus, do you want to ask the question?
Shivakrishnan is from BVRIT.
Requesting participants, if you want to ask question, please your hand raised for some time.
Lavna, Dr. Shivakrishnan, I think, from BVRIT.
Shivakrishnan, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, question, please.
Professor.
Hello. Work agudunga. Shivakrishnan.
Nasreen Riaz, Dr. Nasreen Riaz, probably you can go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. So my question is, what was the biggest technical challenge Maluk sir faced while developing his digital twin solution, and how did he overcome it?
Yeah. So the technical challenge that we overcome was, honestly speaking, we did not have any technical challenge. As I told, we are quick in the market. And the only place where it was a COVID time, exactly the next year when we started, we had the COVID. The biggest challenge that we had was we were dependent on the third party on data, in the sense of the diagnostic partners were third party. We did not have the approval in India for usage of CGM patches by the individual patient, right? So the data has to be physically read by someone going to the house and bring the data. So ultimately, these were some challenges which really made the service bad, right? And in order to accelerate the growth, because we were always cash rich, and we said, let's go aggressive. So we said, go take the program, experience it and pay us. Indian typical mind came, took the sensors and ran off, right? And so we were not knowing who were genuine and who were not genuine. And so ultimately what happened is there's a volume of people at the top who were paid and who were unpaid. And ultimately what happened is he squeezed everything. So at some point of time, we say, we hired a couple of big profile CEOs to the company who strategically they want to do this to grow. I'll not mistake them, but they failed in this space. Then that's the time when the founders, we decided that I will take the additional responsibility of becoming the CEO of India. I took the toughest challenge when it was chaotic, right? And said, let's pause the growth, completely rebuild from the beginning on the services. I went up public and saying, hey, we made a mess in the service. We apologize to people and completely streamlined the process, corrected it, and then we started to grow. So technology, we never had a problem. We were very, very strong on technology. So being engineers, right? I keep telling again and again, and that's what I'm trying to tell. Engineers are smart. When you know the problem, you could build a solution. You will never end up in a mistake in that, right? And the other thing that you need to understand is engineers, when they want to design, when they want to do a product, right? The most important is the design should be very, very, very precise. It should be blueprinted, because the costliest mistake that you could do is develop a product which is wrong. Right? You go develop a product presuming that it is right, right? Had you done the homework right by designing it right, blueprinting it, testing it manually, right? And then build it, it is fantastic. And that's what we practice. We are very, very critical on those fundamentals. We never make mistakes. Yeah. We follow the strict project management principles, nothing else, which we had all learned in engineering.
Deepak, do you have any questions? I think these are all the questions so far we got, Maluk sir.
Oh, fantastic.
So once again, a big
There
thanks
was one,
to Dr. Maluk for such an inspiring session.
RKR would. Is
Yeah,
RKR there?
I'm a little
Lavna?
finish. Yeah. The way you addressed the questions and shared your experience was incredibly helpful, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Krishnamurti Rao, PALS champion, to deliver the concluding remarks. Over to you, RKR, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
So I need to
Listening all your lecture.
I need to share this. Sir's madam is my wife's mentor.
Yes.
And she learned a lot about how to run organization from madam's mentoring. I do not believe today my wife doesn't stay long in the college. She almost stays weekly once and empowers the leaders there to run the college. And everything was taught by madam from ISB.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of
Convey my regards to madam, sir.
Sure. So thank you for a nice lecture. It was nice to hear you after so many years. I also met you after a long time and very impressed with your presentation in many ways. Of course, you had come to talk about bridging the that is engineering and medical innovation. That is bridging the gap between engineering and medical innovation, how to implement engineering or how to implement engineering knowledge somewhere. So that's what you came to teach. But we learned so many things from you, not just what you did in medicine, how you learned medicine, and how you conquered so many diseases, how you found the root of the metabolic dysfunctional aspects of metabolism and how you found a solution to that. I think it's very interesting to hear. But there's a lot of lessons to be learned for all of us from this, from your lecture. One is, of course, about the engineering, how to be a good engineer, how to be a very smart engineer, and how to be not get bogged down by different disciplinary aspects. I mean, engineering discipline aspects. You should go across disciplines and work and solve problems. That is one lesson which we can hear, which we can learn. The other lessons is, of course, how to find this root of a problem. Be perseverant till you get to the root. Don't just give up. Just find the root and then you find a solution. And once you find the root, there'll always be solutions there available. So that's a good lesson to learn. And of course, the more important is about entrepreneurship also. I found that you have taught us so much of entrepreneurship in this short time. It is like an I would say boot camp 101 for most of us. Though we didn't realize it, by your own example, you taught us how to be a good entrepreneur and how to speak well and how to communicate. See, I'm sure Dr. Maluk must have been in his engineering days an ordinary engineer like most of our participants. But today you see how he is sitting and communicating, how he has a mastery of his subject and how he is communicating. I think that's something which all the students and faculty should learn, and it is something worth emulating. And it's never too late for anyone. Even I'm finding it at my age quite interesting to learn. So with all that, I thank Dr. Maluk once again for sharing his immense knowledge and other qualities over this 1.5 hour lecture. And I'm sure all of us have stood benefited. And I'm sure you can also listen to his recording a couple of times and benefit much more. So with that, I thank everybody for organizing this program especially the PALS team, and of course, all the participants who came in and patiently listened to the program. And again, once again, Dr. Maluk for his spending his time and sharing his experience with us. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. It was great spending my time here.
Yeah, thank you, Lavna, for doing a great job here. And I'm very, very impressed. We had 3,062 applications, of which 1,000 are here. I don't know how many are in the YouTube.
700 plus in
platform.
YouTube, ma'am.
700 in the YouTube. This is the first, it's breaking records for ourselves right now.
Fantastic.
So it's good to know we have all the champions here for that. Dr. Maluk, RKR, and Lavana has done an excellent job leading the team. And we have more PMO leaders being created because we have to scale up like twin. That is our wish and belief, and we hope you will give us more tips on scaling up effectively without losing the DNA of the whole thing. So that's the other thing, other major problem that PALS is working on right now. Thank you so much, all the
Anuradha, digital tin of PALS is needed.
Yeah. We have to create that, and you are the best person to identify the measures. Like initially, it was just a reach, but we want every one of you to become ambassadors for PALS. Like Dr. Maluk said, please recommend your friends from the other colleges as well. We are not yet running in full steam, so you can always recommend, and then we can take it forward. Ask them to enroll quickly, and we have multiple two packages. One is an introductory package is there right now, and the regular one. So please talk to us when you find after this talk. Maybe you can talk to Lavana or me, and we can take you forward. There's going to be a pitch fest on the 1st and 2nd. RKR, would you like to talk about that?
Oh yeah.
Next program of PALS.
The next program of PALS is a pitch fest. We are doing with Anna University, and I'm sure we got more than 300 entries from our colleges, and we will select the presenters and announce the result in a day or two, so that those who are selected can come to Chennai and attend one day's boot camp and then do their presentation in the next day. Those who are able to impress and present well and show promise, they will be given opportunities to incubate in the Anna University, plus of course in the IIT incubation centers. Plus, there is also good attractive prizes also for the winners.
Thank you, Akya sir.
Thank you,
Nanu ma'am, for the information.
Thank you.
So thank you to all the faculty members and students and our PALS champions for staying throughout the session. The feedback link has been shared in the chat box. Please take a few minutes to fill the same. Thank you all once again. We can wind up the session right.
Thank you, best.
Thank you, Maluk sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Arkya sir. Thank you, Anuman. Thank you, Ravijuna sir, Krishna Kumar sir, and
Real
Anupama.
combination of
Devika, thank you so much for the assistance.
Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Lavna.
You can replay probably, Anuma, sometime for the innovation events.
No, it's a combination. He represents institute, industry, and innovation all put together.
All together, yes.
So the true spirit of PALS, I should say, is depicted by this thing.
Excellent.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Srihari. Thank you, Devika.
Thank you, Lavna.
Yeah. Participants, once again, the participants who are watching the YouTube also, please take a few minutes to fill the feedback. The link has been posted there also. Your feedback is very important for us to improve further.
Almost 792 are in the YouTube.